But the negatives.
And as much as the center doesn't like it, us three being together benefited the three of us quite a bit.
There were positives.
So,
But the negatives are a lot.
the negatives were the only thing that they wanted to see. There was more positive than negative that nobody ever saw. There was actually more positive in that relationship than anybody could even realize. There were things that happened.
What are some of the positives?
Well, everybody knows that all three of us are really close. Like, really, really close. We know everything, almost everything about each other. And whatever pops up or whatever, you know, we're the first ones we go to talk about it. Everybody would throw in their input on it.
Okay. Are you talking about just problems or difficulties?
This is problems, difficulties, any kind of situation that's going on in our lives.
Right.
With
So
our parents, exes,
you're able to share.
friendships, you know, with anybody that, you know, anything. They would be the first year I go to. Me and Josh would be the first ones Brad would go to. Me and Brad would be the first ones Josh went to. We were the go-to people. Something happened on center and somebody would, like, you know, get all upset or whatever. Like, if I got mad, they would hype it up. But when it got to a point, they would start backing down. But we kept each other on center. If it wasn't for us three being such close friends, we all would have been out here a while back.
Right.
But because we're such close friends, we may hype things up a lot and a lot of times and get things to a point. But in the end, we end up hyping it down. We end up, like, you know, making sure that we all stay here and stay on a good track.
Right. What else?
But we take care of each other.
Okay. What's the example of how you take care of each other?
I'll just use it nicotine because we're all, like, you know, Rodney dips and me, Josh smoke a lot. You know, like, if one of us is, like, low on nicotine or something, like, whether it's Rodney dip or the cigarettes or whatever, we'll all end up sharing. We'll give him cigarettes or give him dip, give him money or going out to buy packs of cigarettes and stuff like that.
Okay.
May not be the best example, but, you know, that's some of what we do, you know, or like, you know, somebody needs food, we have a little extra, we'll give it to the other person or whatever, whoever needed it. We
What else?
make sure that, like, you know, we kind of try to point each other in the right direction on some things, depending on how the other person might see it. I mean, I guess the biggest thing, though, would just be the talking. Like, there was so much talking that went on between the three of us that the talking alone just helped everything.
Right.
The deep talks that nobody ever saw or heard, the conversations that actually went down, how legit and serious those conversations got.
Right.
And
Not just casual conversations, but
No.
intimate conversations.
those conversations got
Pain
pretty
and
deep.
suffering and hurt.
Yeah, we swap stories and kind of get the feel of what the other one was going through or something, or try to guess what the other one's going through. So it's just things that the center never saw.
Right.
And they only saw what they wanted to see. You know, like, if anybody ever paid attention, if they ever saw me and Rodney just walking around, like, set up a gazebo and back to the dorm or back and forth, or me and Josh just walking around the dorm or something, if they ever paid attention to it, they would have seen all the good that actually came out of our friendship. But they didn't ever really want to pay attention to that stuff. They just,
How did that make you feel?
you know,
Having somebody you can share and talk to and be yourself with.
it's been a while since I've been able to do that. I mean, I guess everybody eventually finds it. And everybody needs it eventually at some point in their life. Helps out quite a bit. Last time I had it was when I first met my ex. She was my go-to person. And then things didn't work out like that. I mean, I've had a few of them, but they come and go. But this one lasted for a while. Like, it was the whole time I've been here. It's just been the whole time, every day. Conversations been going and stuff. And
So what ended the previous relationships?
Most of the previous ones were because I moved and I couldn't communicate with the person anymore.
Right.
So it was just, I didn't have a choice. I had to find somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my ex, it was everything that slowly went downhill with that. So that was just a downhill spiral situation for the whole relationship. So
we kind of come full circle back to some of it was moving. With your ex, it would definitely fall back in line with the power orientation, the entitlement, the cutoff. A lot of that was going on in the relationship. In this relationship, there was a lot of that. And it ended up costing you a separation. Creating a loss again for you.
yeah,
So I ask again, is that motivation to make the changes you need so you don't have to go through that kind of loss? Is there a healthier way to have these relationships so you don't have to experience that loss? Is there a better way of thinking things through? You know, we've gone through the ABCs before, the thinking errors, the positive attitudes and stuff. Is there do you see a better way of handling things so that you can get the things you need, positive things that those relationships meant to you, and not lose them by demonstrating?
I mean, yeah, there is, but eventually the person's going to leave anyways.
Okay.
The person always ends up, at least one person usually just walks away.
Now, what irrational thinking error is that? They're always going to leave. It's going to end up poorly anyway. What?
Absolutes.
Hmm?
Absolutes.
Yeah. In a way, yeah. But having that awfulizing, yeah. Demonstrating awful things right there, awfulizing. It doesn't always have to be that way, right?
But people usually stick to what they know best.
Right. But is it benefiting?
It does for a little while.
Right.
So
How do we get you? How do we get you to start looking long term? How do we start to shift? Your past experiences have given you a short-term perspective instead of the long-term perspective. If we practice the things we've been learning, we can add protective factors that kind of guard us from a lot of that loss. And that'd be something you want to do.
guess that's the problem I have the most. Is, yeah, I want to change it, it'd be better, I guess. But somewhere down the line of doing it, something will happen and just give up again. And then it just kind of falls apart. And as soon as everything starts to fall apart, that's when I'm just
Go back
I
and
let it go.
know.
Yeah, I just let it go. I wait for it to all fall apart. Once it's done falling apart, I'll start back over again and try to do what I gotta do. Or I'll just hang out in whatever state I'm in. Just stay there for a while. Like the last one, like with my ex, just things started to fall apart. I didn't know what else to really do about it. Just kind of waited. Things were still falling apart, but I don't know. It's just not much you can do anymore in that situation. So just kind of giving it up. And
Well, what we'll do is we'll take a look into the relationship factors and see if we can develop a plan for a better, healthier relationship in the future. We can work on that. I would like to say that you have made progress since you first came here. Do you think you've made some changes since you first came here?
you know, I keep hearing that I do, and that I am, but
Even from other people?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really see too much of it.
It's hard
still feel
to-
the same stuff. So
Right. It's hard to see it when you're in it. That's why people getting input from the outside is helpful because to you the changes seem minimal or slow because you're in it working it out. But when people on the outside can say, "Wow, there's some major changes have happened." I can see this from the first day to now. You've done this, and this. You have. You've opened yourself up. You've actually cared about some other people. Would you say that you actually care about Rodney and Josh?
to an extent, yeah.
Yeah. That's better than before. I don't know if you would have admitted to caring for somebody when you first got here, right? You would have admitted to wanting to control somebody. You were hurt. But I think that, I don't know that the kind of relationship you have with Josh and Rodney, have you ever had a relationship like that before?
I've had close relationships before, but even with the kid that lived next door to me, we were close together, but we were doing drugs together, so things were different. And
Right.
I've been here sober, so things, I guess the relationship was different.
Right. It was real.
So never really had a sober relationship, I guess.
Right.
Except for that one time we had that little investigation, but that was beside the point.
Right. Yeah. So you actually had a better quality than previously.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually can feel your emotions as opposed to being so high that there's a disconnect there. We hang out and do things together, drug-wise and stuff. We've got this social dependency, around drug use. But if you all took your drugs away, what would you have had?
But we hung out, we used to, we did everything together. It's just, when we got together, no matter what we were doing, there was usually drugs involved, just to kind of, this was kind of what we did.
And here it's different.
It's harder to get them here, so kind of have to put up with being sober. So.
Okay. Well, we'll look into this further in the next session. Okay. All right.